you don't let cameras into your home, and we thank you for doing that. But I have to tell you, Nick Verano, I'm Greek, and I love to put out a spread. And you even left me speechless with this. What is this all about?
It's a typical Thursday in the Verano household.
Can we talk about these meatballs right here?
Yeah.
Because talking about these meatballs means that we have to talk about your mother.
Greatest woman ever. God rest her soul. She looks down on me every day. She was the best.
I know how you feel, believe me.
And obviously, I don't know if you know, but one time I had a little bit of a weight problem. And it's all due to my mother and her famous meatballs.
Her good cooking.
And all the good food we ate in the house.
His late mother, Rose, was Nick's world.
I talked to my mother 10 times a day. Every hour, every 2 hours. Nikki, did you eat? I said, Mom, I'm 400 pounds. Of course I ate. My mother's house was the
house. That house was in the North End. At the age of 15, Nick moved to East Boston, but his heart stayed with that old neighborhood. And years later, it's where he opened his first restaurant.
Growing up there, I think, was the greatest inner city neighborhood in the country. It was unbelievable. Doors open, the smell of food everywhere. Walk down, everyone speaking Italian. That's my first language. I grew up in my uncle's store, cutting cold cuts, making sandwiches in East Boston, cooking. I says, I think I could do it. My passion was food. I was a big guy, and it was a place I could eat for free. At my size, to have a place to eat for free is a bonus.
Can we talk about your weight? Because you've been very honest about it. You grew up with a mother who loved to feed you and you loved to eat the food.
One Thanksgiving, actually, my daughter Marina wrote me a letter.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't talk about it.
You can talk about it. We want to know.
She wrote me a letter saying, Dad, I want you around, please, so on and so forth. I'll, just do it for me. I said, I got to do it. So I went and had this surgery called a gastric sleeve at the Mass General. And it changed my life. Don't get me wrong, Maria. I was always, good looking and charming, even when I was heavy. But it gave me a feeling that I'm gonna have more time around my friends and my family.
Did you grow up with a lot of money?
Are you nuts?
I'm kind of nuts, but I have to ask you that question. I think it's interesting. You did not grow up with a lot of money.
No, none. My mother and father came here from Italy. There was no money, no nothing then, But we had all the love in the world. And
that's everything. I mean, that's what you want people to know,
yes.
That that's who you are, that's what makes you cry.
Yeah.
Not that these celebrities are coming in.
Yeah. Here's what I want. If someone's here on a business deal, I want them to leave with a signature on whatever paper they get. And if someone's here on a date, right, I want them to leave with a kiss and a hug. I want them to feel a certain way that nobody else can match. It gives me a great satisfaction knowing that they feel comfortable and safe being in any one of the restaurants. Since we opened up Waterfront, which was really a game changer, Justin Bieber has come in, Justin Timberlake, Mel Gibson, Sofia Vergara. I mean, everybody in the entertainment industry walks in. One of my personal favorites, local guy, Mark Wahlberg's there all the time. Lionel Richie's become one of my dearest friends in the whole world. Everybody has a story.
Right.
I want to know about their parents, their mother, their father, how they come up. The story, right? How do you become Lionel Richie?
TV stars hanging with movie stars, sports legends at all his restaurants, Strega on the waterfront and in the North End, Nico just down the street, Strip at Park Plaza, and Prime in Woburn. Nick Verano has become larger than life, even with his weight loss. He embraces it, is proud of it. And do you ever deal with backlash or people who aren't happy or people who say, oh, he just likes the celebrities? Does that bother you?
Absolutely.
Tell me, why does it bother you?
Because I don't think they know me. I'm just a neighborhood guy that grew up, got lucky to be surrounded by good people, found a passion that he loved, went after it, and the reason is to make my mother proud. But at the end of the day, right, I'm just somebody that wants to make everybody feel special.
With good meatballs. Oh, what a gentleman. And now the tour of some of his prized possessions. He collects everything and anything that has meant something to him as a kid who grew up here. Larry, Tom Brady, Big Papi, Pedro. And then we turn around and there's a ping pong table where he throws down a challenge and the trash talking begins.
Maria, stop.
No, I know. I'll play you right now, and then I want to see you
Maria,
play
do you know
some
what the worst
basketball.
thing in life is?
No, not losing.
False hope.
No, I don't have false hope.
That's what you have.
Let's go.
I just tell you, I don't let my kids win. I play to win.
Let's go.
She can play.
This is for a steak.
Done.
Right here. All right, go play basketball.
Oh, yeah, steak.
Basketball, another love. And now he can play it with his daughter, Marina. Is he any good? Just ask him.
If they had a category, I always said under 5'8", over 300, I'd be top 5 player in the country in basketball and ping pong. You ready for Steph Curry?
Steph Curry says.
Watch Isaiah.
Verano says one of the people he's actually really grateful for is Big Papi. Once Papi told everybody about the restaurants, people really started coming in, and he believes that that has helped in his success.